Hi there, my name's Darrell, it's great to see you and welcome to Old Man Cycling. So today I'm up in the Peak District again. At the moment I'm on the High Peak Trail and I'm going to be using this at the beginning and the end of the ride, but in between I'm going to cycle down into Bakewell, back up onto the High Peak Trail and end up at the car park where I'm starting from now. So it's going to be a really interesting ride, so come on, let's get cracking. The way that I've planned this ride, I'm starting off on the High Peak Trail. It doesn't last for very long. I come off this trail in about a mile and a half. I then go onto a bridle way for a little while and then go down onto main roads into the town of Bakewell, famous for its tarts. Then I'm going to have a little bit of a climb back up onto the High Peak Trail, and it'll be quite a nice way to finish the ride because this is an old disused railway track that is fairly flat. So at the moment what I am planning is to leave the motor off, certainly until the climb back up onto the High Peak Trail. Now I did get a comment the other day from somebody that said, what is the point of having an e-bike and leaving the motor off? Now it's a good point, but I see it as being a bit like cruise control on a car. It's nice to have it there when you want it, but you don't have to use it all the time. And so it's just an extra tool. Now if I was feeling less fit or I got some pain in my knees, then certainly that would be a good reason for turning it on. But as it stands at the moment, it's early in the ride, I'm still feeling fairly fresh, so it's staying off. At the moment this is a very nice road. It's paved nicely, but before too long it will turn into a lot rougher bridle track. Nothing too bad. I think it's going to be reasonable. It's just not going to be as smooth as this tarmac that I'm currently on. As you've just seen from that hyperlapse, that track was pretty easy going, other than the fact that there was a lot of puddles that I had to navigate around. Now I could have just been devil may care and ride straight through the puddles, but you're never quite sure how deep they are and if there's anything in the bottom of them. So I went around them just to save getting mocked up and to make sure that I didn't end up hitting a brick or something, which is the last thing that you want in the middle of nowhere. Now that I've come off that track, I've got quite a nice descent now. Down into the village of Bakewell. If I remember rightly from the plan on Strava, this is going to be very pleasurable. There might be the odd incline, but it's only going to be very slight, and overall the averages are going to be declining, but it gives me a really good opportunity to enjoy the amazing scenery up here in the Peak District. If you have a look around, you can see for miles and these open farmlands that's separated by these dry stone walls. It's just really spectacular, and it really is a hallmark of the Peak District. I couldn't really cycle past this landmark and not come and have a little closer look. It's known as the Magpie Mine, and it was the last working lead mine in Britain, and it dates back to the 19th century. Now, I have filmed a video from here on my photography channel where I've got lots more information, so if you are interested in seeing pictures of this and some more information, go and check out this link just up here. What a glorious afternoon this is turning out to be. Every so often the sun is popping out from behind the clouds. We're now about to do a descent down into the town of Bakewell, so this should be really enjoyable. I'm now down into the town of Bakewell, and behind me is the old original Bakewell pudding shop. Now in Bakewell, they're not known as Bakewell tarts, they're known as Bakewell puddings, and they are slightly different than the classic Bakewell tart that people know with the icing on, and they've got an ever so slightly different flavour. I personally prefer the ones with icing on the top. Now, as you've just seen, Bakewell is a lovely town and is quintessentially Peak District, but also it gets very busy. We're in the middle of the school holidays at the moment, and despite it being a weekday, there were lots of people about and it was quite crowded. So I've come out of Bakewell now. I'm down in the bottom of the river valley, so everything's quite flat, but based on that descent that we've just done to get here, there's going to be an equally long climb to get back up onto the High Peak Trail. So I've pulled off the road that runs down along the river valley, and I'm now on a very slight ascent. Now, it's quite gentle at the moment, but I do know that I have got quite a distance to actually climb to get back up to the height of the High Peak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself an energy gel just at the moment, just to make sure I've got enough energy to get up all of this climb, because I'm still trying to leave the motor off for as long as possible. Now, I did talk in my last video about energy gels, so if you want some more information, go and look at that, but ideally go and listen to somebody who really knows what they're talking about. Now, I can only imagine that it's a boost I've had from that energy gel that's allowing me to climb up here quite successfully. I'm doing at the moment 13.5 miles an hour, and looking at my cogs, only about 4 cogs from the highest gear. Just had to drop down one because it's getting a bit steeper, but I'm still about on the middle cog. It's absolutely lovely though, looking over this wall onto the stream that's flowing down this little valley. So for the first time, I've had to get out the saddle. But now I've got this far without any motor assist, I want to try and do the whole lot. Wow. Well, I've got a real sense of achievement after doing that climb. It was certainly the hardest one that I've done since I've had an e-bike. And what made it even better is I didn't use a motor assist at all. Now, I'll put the stats of it on the screen now to show you how long it was and how much elevation I gained, but I think it was about 4 miles of constant climbing. And so to manage to do that without stopping and resting and also not using the motor assist, I feel really proud of myself. when I think back to where I was just a few months ago, I'd lost all my fitness. I was struggling mentally to get back on the bike. And yet now, I've just done that climb unassisted. And I think it's a real achievement. Well, that's been an absolutely brilliant ride today. I've so enjoyed that. We've now got this short little jaunt across this track. We've got about 3 miles still to go. I think I might just beat the rain. As we say around here, it's looking black over Bill's Mothers, which just is a way of saying there's some dark clouds. But I think I'm going to beat that and get back to the car. I just feel really, really fresh still. I think that energy gel has helped again, no end. But I'll get back to the car and check in with you there. Now, I've really enjoyed that ride. It's been so rewarding. I've cycled through some really lovely scenery. I've also managed to keep the motor off for the entire ride, including that quite arduous climb. So I'm very proud of myself for managing that. And it just goes to show how much my fitness is improving and how much my knees have now recovered after my accident. So it's really, really good. I am so proud of myself. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, you can let me know down below in the comments or nip over to my Facebook account and leave me your comments there. Now, you can also help the channel to grow by clicking like, subscribe and the bell notifications, and also it will make sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Watch out for next week's video. That's going to be going live on Saturday morning. In the meantime, it's been great to OMC you. Stay safe and I'll see you soon. So today I'm up in the Peak District again. Stop. Pause this a second. A nice 2-mile descent now on Strava when I get home. Bugger off out of the way. And also it makes sure, bloody fly right in the middle of the lens.